Thank you for your time, friendship, comments. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, both for at Serenity Healing Center and the Cosmic Unity Temple podcast. And now I am very excited to introduce my first guest in 2025, Olga Roussel. Olga, a pharmaceutical scientist turned neuropathic nutritionist with a Bachelor of Science in Chemistry and Diploma in Neuropathic Nutritional Therapy, Olga brings an unique blend of science and holistic wellness using the principles of functional medicine to uncover the root cause of imbalance in the body. After spending over 16 years in pharmaceutical R&D, researching chronic diseases, and facing her own struggles with chronic stress, Olga embarked on a profound journey of self-discovery and healing. She explored energy medicine, meditations, quantum physics, galactic astrology, and spiritual transformations, leading her to a deep understanding of cellular energy, longevity, and holistic well-being. Now, at 51, she integrates her scientific background with intuitive wisdom, Christ consciousness, and natural medicine to guide others, especially women, toward vibrancy, health, and self-empowering. Her mission is to help others raise their vibration, restore balance, and reconnect with their higher selves for healthier, more fulfilling life. Join us as we dive into Olga's inspiring journey, her insights to cellular energy and holistic health, and the ways we can all unlock our potential for transformation. Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome at I Am Serenity Healing Center, the first podcast in 2025, and my first guest, Olga Roussel. We are reviewing the journey of my friends and my family members. Last year, excuse me, my throat chakra is telling me something. Last year, you had a chance to see my interviews with people who impacted my life, the teachers, the wise women, beautiful and powerful, who have their own holistic businesses. This year, I have decided to bring on my friends, people who I have met last year, people who I connected with in the past. I want to share with you their journey from whatever the corners of the world and life they started, and how they came to spiritual awareness, and how their spiritual journey unfolded, where they at today. And today, Olga Roussel, a beautiful, beautiful lady that I have met through Miriam Wiedemann, our galactic astrologer and galactic doctor, and the bridge between the earth and the space. Absolutely love these ladies, have a lot of knowledge. And Olga, from a pharmaceutical background to spiritual practices to nutrition, so much information, so much knowledge. We're taking this from the ground into the space, from space through galactics and through quantum into back into grounding into the earth and our body. So let's see what we can bring in today, and hopefully each of you will find some useful knowledge. And we have beautiful ladies here, our friends who are connected with us and join us, and hopefully they have some feedbacks and some questions, and we can make this a very powerful information for those who watch the replay. So without further ado, for those who don't know, I'm certified clinical aromatherapy practitioner. I work with essential oils, but not only. I incorporate essential oils in the energy work. I work one on one via Zoom and also in person. My website is currently under construction, same way I am. Everything is under construction these days. Um, every single one of us is standing in the ground that we made until now and expanding today. So let's see where we are at. Olga, welcome.
Whoa, thank you. This is very nice space to be, and thank you for the invitation. I'm honored to join the group and to share my views and to receive your views. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. So let's start from the great beginning, shifting from science to spiritual. Your transition from pharmaceutical research into neuropathic nutrition and energy work. What was the defining moment that led you to embrace a more holistic approach to health and transformation? What was
Was
the beginning? Loaded, right?
yeah, there was no, well, the beginning is far, far away now. To be honest, the soul was always present there and has been since childhood. Spirituality has always been present, but as with ups and downs, and a certain stage has been hidden or was not a priority in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But this big journey into what I am today, it started around 12 years ago, roughly.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my body telling me something was out of alignment. And like many of us, we are mothers, we are wives, we are women, workers with a career, and everything starts to pile up and it feels too much. And your body let you know that. Your soul is communicating through the body. But I didn't listen, and it took me 3 years to work through that resistance. Then in 2016, the body really showed me there was time to go within, and I needed to make a decision. Would I wanted to stay dependent of medications for my stomach, my headaches, my overwhelms, and anxiety, or do I wanted to do something about it? And that shifted me into look into the holistic practice of at the time I decided to go into Pilates and start to balance the nervous system. And then I look into natural products, and that was my beginning into the shift of looking into a different thing that was beneficial for me at the time. And then I decided to study it. And then little did I know that when I studied and worked, so I piled up again, so I didn't learn the lesson. So I did shift and I study a new career and I made a decision to change career, but I forgot it. I forgot the body again. I forgot that there was that communication between the body and the soul, that when you are out of alignment, you are shown to. And when I started the supervised clinic nutrition and seeing clients, I realized how empathic I was. Well, it was new. Seeing clients the whole day, all the stories, and feel it in the body. So was my first awareness and the conscious feeling of energetic shift between people.
Can you
Uh,
share the detail? Anything? A little bit? I
a
understand.
little bit,
A little bit.
yeah.
Just an example.
So, for example, I had a client that was showing her story about how her iron levels were really, really low and her ferritin was really down the
Mm-hmm.
line. And that when the client was telling me the story, and that is key for my work, is listen to the story and what is hidden behind the story that even the client cannot see it. And then
Mm-hmm.
we are there as a practitioners to show what is hidden behind so they can see it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and she was telling me the story about on the body. She shared the blood tests, but she was hiding the story of her relationship. And in this
Mm-hmm.
case of this lady, it was a divorce, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And I could feel it. I could sense it that there was something behind that she was not sharing. But obviously, you cannot invade. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a way of asking so the person feels at ease and releases the nervous system. And then actually the spirit stops in, the soul and the person speaks through their heart. And that was an example, is how the lady felt safe and trust. And she started to tell a story. And I could feel that pain and know how the dysregulation in the body was connected to her trauma in relationship to the sadness, and how that vibration of sadness was getting transmitted to me and I was feeling it. Yeah.
So there you go. We tapped into what actually I was going to ask you next, is that connection between the mind, body, emotions, and the spirit, how important it is. In my practice, I really concentrate on looking at the bigger picture, not just physical body, because whatever we feel in a physical body, it's the effect of what was happening before in our mind and in our heart. So, tell me a little bit more about it. This is the greatest example. I mean, the illnesses are always like a constant accumulation of emotions and stress within a body. Um, how do you help your clients? You by listening, but what else is there? Um, what's the next step?
Well, there's there's
There
several
is a
steps,
lot.
but yeah, each client is unique, his story is unique, and they are at different stages, and I meet them there, and depending of their belief system, and that is key. The belief system for me is you are your beliefs, and then the thoughts generate an action and generate a feeling in the body, and all of that are interconnected. So I do believe we are mind, body, and spirit, and spirit living a human experience. And the body is used as a barometer of the soul. Yeah.
Mhm.
Somebody else said that, I think it was Gabor Mate. I think, please forgive me if I'm saying the wrong person. But it is. I do believe the body is a barometer of the soul. And those different layers, we are the wholeness that we are, the physical body to allow us to have an experience in this planet, and the energies that it is generated in the body and being expressed outside of the body, and all the emotional field, the mental body, the astral, all of those, they need to be in alignment. And when there's leakage in one of them, it's going to be felt down the line or up the line, but it will be as a bidirectional, from
Mhm.
above, as above, within. And I think this is how the layers, if there's leakage through emotions or through the physical body, that we are having the wrong foods, or we are not practicing exercise, we don't move for the cells to expand and everything, the fluidity in the body, we don't hydrate ourselves. So that leakage, that dysfunction, or not ease, the body goes out of ease, will be felt on the different bodies. So if the body is in pain, the mental body will be in pain. There will be a connection and a leakage. Same goes to the
Mhm.
emotion. We go into override and worry and whatever emotion. And that is replic to the astral body. It is felt on the ethers and going to the galactics. And maybe with that little leakage, actually, we enter in a connection. So we call for help.
Mhm.
And I think it will be this direction, up and down, or from within and without. And I believe our life is a reflection of what it is within.
That's amazing. So I'm listening to
So,
you, and I see those and the energy going outwards, but also coming back. So I do notice that in my life, whenever I need help, um, not even realizing that part of me is asking for it. People and places, they just show up in my life and giving the answers, even if it's me watching a show and there's a sentence that I hear and it clicks within my
yeah,
mind. And I feel like this is amazing about human being. We are so complex, um, complex, but not complicated. Everything seems simple when we try to simplify things, when we ask simple question. Would you agree?
Yes, yes. And in my line of work, that's those simple questions that actually enlightens brings the light. Because if I ask a client what is going on your life now,
Mm-hmm.
it's just it is a simple question, and
Mm-hmm.
then just opens the door for the openness,
Mm-hmm.
and then brings the awareness. Oh, maybe what I simply need to do is look at this lifestyle, or look at this relationship, or look at what is going on inside of me. I'm not fulfilled, and I go to work so frustrated that my body feels contracted. So, how can I know who I am? And my job is to direct them into maybe look into this, check out this person, look at this work. Maybe this person will help you to find out who you are and the problems. So when you bring the awareness to a little part of the life of this person, is just key for these for the healing, for the development, to especially if the person is curious and listens to the voice within. It's just it's just empowerment. I can do this, and with whom can I work? So the person gives me an information that I evolve higher and brings me into another subject that makes me evolve even higher. And if we all do this, it's just we empower each other. So it is how I integrate the mind and the body for this work that
There,
I do is bring this awareness to the different aspects of us and see healing from these
mm,
sides.
yes. So we are all humans, but we are not exactly the same. We process our emotions, our thoughts, we process physical in a different way. And so I would say, is there, or ask, is there just one certain way to bring in the healing into the physical body, because it all we living in a physical body, so it all comes down to how do we feel in our physical body. There is so many modalities. So how many modalities are you using, Olga, in your practice? What do you use, and how does that unfold from client to client? Um, are you most of the time using 2, 3? What do you see happening recently? Where is this shifting to? Which modality you feel like it's more dominant than the other, or isn't?
Yeah, so I naturally play the detective, and this is from my lifetime as a scientist. And finding the root cause of a problem, it
Mhm.
eliminates it and avoids it to come back. So that is the aim. The root cause for person to person differs. It's different. Two people with the same symptom can have a different root cause, and that is what gonna make me choose the modalities. So the one that I use the most frequently is definitely nutrition and herbal medicine, because I need to remove the stress of the physical body and bring in that functionality back to the cell and the communication between organs, because nothing works as a singlet. It
Mhm.
is a communication and a symbiotic between parts. So I would say nutrition and herbal medicine is definitely the major one. But then I look into the essence of the person, what I feel, and what they tell me that they like, where their passion resides. And I like to use frequency medicine. So, by my conversation and the feeling that I have with the people, I know where the passion resides and how can they elevate their vibration. So by connecting them for or the healing power of being on an elevated status of mind, an
Mhm.
elevated state emotional. So identify together with them the thoughts and the words that they say to themselves and to other people in relation to their disease, bring in the I can't, it is difficult, I do struggle, I'm on this medication for life. So listen to this, and how can I elevate them to a higher emotional and belief status? Then I know I'm on this medication now, and if I change this lifestyle, if I listen to more music, if I connect more to my passion and to what I am within, I might lower. I might actually don't need it anymore. And then you ask for revision to the
Absolutely.
medical bodies. So I do use these frequencies, so identify from where the people talk from, from which mental status and each emotion they
Mm-hmm.
talk to. And I bring activities that keeps them on that vibrational status, on that frequency, and then from there they create their healing. Yeah. So they connect to their foods, they connect to their practices. And yes, I would refer them to different modalities like painting, for example. And
Mm-hmm.
how can they express their feelings into a paint?
Mm-hmm.
And then that painting will communicate back to them. Yeah. So how can they put their fears and frustrations into a painting and
Mm-hmm.
transmute through that way? Or just gardening, or just dancing, or just listen to music. There's so many. But
Yeah,
again, not one fits all.
and that's great. That's beautiful because for me, for the longest time, I've been using different programs to keep my body in optimum health. But there is a time in a woman's life that we our hormones go wacky, and we get into the good and wise woman when let's just say not everything is going to work the same way as it used to. So we need extra help. And I'm going to use my example now because you are helping me out with my health.
With
It
pleasure.
I so appreciate it. It is important what supplements, what vitamins, what foods we are consuming. And it's what I feel it's very personal. We all humans, but we also different from one to another.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, we go through life and even through the changes in life differently. So based on my experience with you, and you can kind of analyze it. I allow you to analyze me.
Yes,
So
that is important. Permission. Yes.
So talk about X person based on my information. And I just want everybody to know that or learn that there is things that you can do as a general if you are in any sort of going to the gym, doing exercises, taking vitamins that somebody told you to take, how important it is to be to for this to be catered to your needs.
Yes. So yeah, the first of all is I believe that supplementation is necessary if insufficiencies or deficiencies are identified in the body. So you can measure, you can monitor, and you can do something about it. If it is just some guess because you have a you read that is good for you, or you feel a little bit tired and you think, oh, this might be iron. Actually it can be vitamins, actually it can be something else going on in the body, it can be lack of absorption in the gut. So it can be many reasons. So you can go into second guess kind of thing. Problem with supplementation, if it is in excess or if it is in the wrong combination, it might cause more harm than good. So that is something that, for example, iron supplementation is quite dangerous if it accumulates too much in the liver. So high ferritin is deteriorating for the liver and can actually um, uh, be worsening any viruses that can stay in the liver and cause cirrhosis. So it is depending of what the the food that the people takes as well.
Hmm.
So if he has high alcohol intake, it's going to be even worse.
Hmm.
So this is the dangers behind of not getting some minerals measured or vitamins measured. And if, for example, the acidity in the stomach and the gastric juices are not optimum, some vitamins like B12 is not going to be absorbed. So, and salt forms, example that everybody also likes to have is, for example, vitamin D. We are majority of the population is deficient, especially in the north, in the Nordic countries. But vitamin D, if there's not enough magnesium, is not going to be activated. Yeah, and then the kidney has extra work and gets rid of it.
Hmm.
And excess of vitamin D activated at the same time as we have high calcium intake, if there's not enough synchronicity between calcitriol and the PTH, the parathyroid hormone, the calcium balance might not go to the bones, might go to tissue and calcify, for example, the heart valves or calcify the cholesterol in the arteries. So this is the thing that, yeah, is good for us as a women over 50 to have a little bit, maybe more calcium, pay
Hmm.
attention to the bones, but what is going on the other sides? Do we have enough magnesium? There's enough synchronicity between nutrients that everything goes to the right place. So
So
this
it
is,
is important. It's very important to know what you take. Is it important what time of the day and meals and no meals that you take these supplements? What we connect together, what we take when during the day?
yes. So, for example, if you are taking medication, because that there's
Hmm.
interaction. For example, vitamin C can increase the absorption of some medications if you are
Hmm.
taking vitamin C at the same time. But yes, so the calcium and iron at the same time. For example, you are having a steak mixed with a yogurt and you are taking supplements at the same time. So the calcium is going to block the iron to be absorbed. The calcium takes priority. If you are taking zinc and magnesium is favorable. So the zinc is going to increase the magnesium. So there's a synchronicity between them. If you are taking too much vitamins at lunch and you don't need it, they will go on the urine. For example, B vitamins, are water soluble. They will be urinate, they will go with the urine. So you are not going to use them for later on the day. So it's better to have some supplements in divided doses through the day. And if you are taking too much in the morning and you need to rest more in the evening, for example, magnesium, if you are doing sport and you're going to use your muscles, you might need to take magnesium before you do that or electrolytes. And depending which form of magnesium might go to the muscle or not, or may stay just in the gut and it will increase the bowel movement. If you take it at night, it will help you to sleep.
That's a
So
lot of information. Look at you, a book of knowledge. There is so much to unpack in this, and this is how I know that's how you work with your clients. You go very deep into what, when, and how because you are helping me with this. So it is very important to take responsibility for your own health and educate yourself on what what is going on physically in your body, which we can do through blood test. Would you agree?
yes,
Blood
yeah,
test, and then see what your body actually needs. Because in my case, I wanted to do so much for my beautiful body and keep it healthy that I was taking too much. And not only that affects my physical body, it definitely affects your wallet if you don't know what you are doing.
I agree.
Yes, and we
Agree.
could spend that money to go and sign up for paint classes or dance classes and enjoy our life, right? So it is
Yeah,
important.
yeah, absolutely. But it's important to know as well. Well, depend if you have a garden or not. You know,
Hmm.
for example, you can plant some flowers, you can do herbal medicine in your little garden or even pots in the kitchen,
Hmm.
and uh, now that we are in winter and we have a lot of virus going on, the thyme, the plant thyme,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's such a wonderful antiviral that you
Mm-hmm.
can put everywhere. You know, you can do infusions, you can put on the soup, you can eat it, you know, and it's so very easy to remove the little leaves. And this is traditional, ancient, you know, our ancestors knew it. And same goes for parsley for women. You know,
Yes.
there's a component there that is similar to progesterone. There's a natural progestin there. So, and there's vitamin C in there. But it's this that you don't need to buy it. You
Mm-hmm.
just
The
enrich your
herbs. Mm-hmm.
house with plants and you heal, you connect with the plant, so you heal the soul. You bring the synchronicity and this harmonious way between earth and you, and you heal your body. I want to
Yes,
do
I,
that.
I love that. So I love thyme as a herb, and I make tea. But if I don't have lemon, I put drop of lemon oil into my tea, and that's how I have it for myself. You
Yeah.
can go anyway about just make sure that you have enough knowledge on what you are doing, the plants that you are using. And there is a lot of information out there right now that you can use. So um, I wanted to ask you, you support women transformation. How do you support women other than what you just told us with a lot of knowledge and guidance?
Yeah, so I that I have a personal touch because I'm biased that in the sense that I was a woman where the society and uh, my education and family put a lot of pressure on me. And I think a lot of women have pressurized with all society norms. You know, we all need to have a career. We all need to be mothers. You know, this thing we know we need to be, we need to do so many hats that we wear that empower them to just take a moment in silence to go within and be who they want to be. And they can have it all, absolutely, but at their terms, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And when they are healing and healed, empowered in that way, finding time to breathe, finding time for themselves. Yes, they can be mothers, and yes, they can take time for themselves and give them. It's not I'm not giving permission, but I'm just showing them.
Mm-hmm.
I did it. Many of us did it. You can do it too. So this is how I want to empower them. Not only be feeling their body again with all the different sensations, uh, but take that pressure away from what someone else says that they should be. What do you want?
Mm-hmm.
And bring them back to that sentence, really, to that question. What do I
Mm-hmm.
want?
Yes,
So it
self-care is very important. I'm sorry. Healthcare
no,
is,
just
go ahead.
takes the overwhelming away, that sensation of do.
Yes, that's definitely part of, I believe, everyone's journey, every woman's journey. I don't know the rest of the group, but in my case, also changing the way I saw myself, changing the way I care for myself, still in transformation, still in process,
Mhm.
still things that I need to work on. But self-care is the best healthcare, knowing yourself, knowing your, discovering that inner wisdom that every single woman has within, and not just women, we all do, but specifically for us to empower us not to be the boss of the male energy now, but to be strong enough to stand and be a partner to the male energy, and know your worth, right? Because
Yes, yes,
we
yes.
do need to work on that. Um,
Yeah.
so Olga, from that pharmaceutical and spiritual awareness, um, there is a journey in every life, for every one of us. What is your message to the women, to everyone? um, what would you say if you were standing in front of a big audience? What people can do for themselves today to better their life, to if they are not on a health journey, to enter that space? Any
Yeah,
advice?
my first advice is listen to the voice within and go back to that voice within. Listen to the messages of the body. Yeah. We do all have the answers and we are not alone.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that I think is key. And those voices, that message within my body and the different realms around. And I do thank you to all my assistant guides, to the Christ, to my connection with God, to all the different galactic beings that, or aspects of me in a galactic system that are there. And I say yes, I am receptive to that. We need to say yes, we need to be open for that. And when we go within, we have that connection. We are always connected. We are just distracted majority of the time, but we have the connection. And that connection is important for healing, for growth, for expansion, for peace, for live an harmonious coexistence with everyone and the planet and animals and earth. And my thing is go within. Take
Everything
time.
is energy, right? Everything is energy. We all
Yeah.
connected. So when we connect with each other, when we connect internally, bringing out the best, I feel like what's internal, it's the best. How many times did we have conversation with someone and we hear suggestion, do this, and internally we feel that this is wrong for me, even though it's true for someone else, but this is wrong for me. We go for it. We go with what somebody says because they said so, and we ignore the voice from within. So it's definitely worth learning what is your body singing to you, what is showing you, and listen to it. Now I would like to open conversation and questions. If any one of you have any questions to Olga,